Hello, welcome to Screen Talk with yours truly, Nomfanelo. So, War of the Worlds. People are still talking about that movie since it came out the end of July, which is insane. I mean, it's obvious why it's still being continued to be talked about because it's not that great of a movie. I previously did a reaction to the interview that the producer made about the reception of the movie. So that's already out on the channel if you want to check that out. So I saw this story on Variety earlier, but essentially, Ice Cube he appeared on Kai Cenat's live stream, and he briefly shared his thoughts on War of the Worlds. And I was able to find a video on YouTube, so I want to react to that. And
It's a movie I did in 2020 during the pandemic.
This is a movie from 5 years ago.
5 years ago, and we were shooting it. We shot it in 15 days, and it.
I guess I'm not surprised really that it was shot during that short amount of time. I think the producer of the movie mentioned that in the interview, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, but yeah, I would say it definitely looks. It was shot
It
quickly,
was
maybe
during the
even less
pandemic,
than
so
that, but
the
who
director
knows?
wasn't in there. None of the actors was in there. This was
Oh, wow, so the director apparently wasn't there. Now, you figured that because this was during the pandemic, they would have done it virtual, either through Zoom or whatever technology, essentially, where the director would communicate on what he's looking for in terms of the scene, the goals of the scene. But it seems like that wasn't the case here. Certain actors out there are able to take initiative if, let's say, they're not getting enough direction or don't agree with the direction. But with this movie, again, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I mean, yeah, the direction I would say is a bit all over the place. And I remember, yeah, with Ice Cube in particular, there was a scene where he was supposed to give some sort of speech on something, and it sounded like he was reading the dialogue as opposed to saying the dialogue. So yeah, there could have been improvements on that front. I mean, the acting is not the worst part of the movie. It's not Ice Cube's fault. It's clearly the filmmakers and all that stuff. They could have been more prepared. They could have done where just direct the actors through Zoom as opposed to allowing the actor essentially take control.
yeah, it's pandemic time. Was getting tested and all kind of
Corona?
Yeah, it was during Corona.
Damn.
That's why it's
Damn.
only on the computer screen. But
Wait.
really, if it went down,
I think the whole point of the movie, again, if I'm recalling from the interview with the producer, is that I think they originally wanted to do the whole computer screen format. So it seemed like that was the idea from the jump. But
everybody would only have a screen to really
hey,
look at. Your phone.
15 days, 2020.
Yeah,
Why they out it for so long?
Well, it was a Universal movie,
Okay.
and they sold it to Amazon Prime. And it took a minute to finish the movie because how it's shot.
What you mean by that?
They got footage. It's shot. The movie is shot. The actors are shot, but all the footage is from real surveillance cameras all around the world.
honestly, and the way that the movie used the real life footage was just hilarious, and the way that that was edited was not necessary at the end. But
So they had to
yeah,
They had to
build it.
wait and they had to get it, and then after they had to put it together.
Yeah.
and I think because I think yeah, the producer mentions in the interview that I guess it took time to edit the movie because it had a lot of components with the format and all that stuff. Which I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised at first when I first learned about that, but I guess reflecting on it, I guess it makes sense for why it takes longer on that aspect. But I figure it would have been done a bit quicker than taking years to edit everything. Earlier, I was looking at an article. I can't remember which one. I was researching on Searching, which one of the producers of this movie was working on that one, and apparently it took roughly, I think, was it 2.5 years to edit the movie, but they shot it probably around the same amount of time this movie did in terms of 3 weeks, or it could have been 30 days. I can't remember, but it didn't take too long to shoot the movie, but it took a long time to edit all the footage because moving parts. That's essentially what Ice Cube had to share about this movie. And I imagine as time goes on, we'll probably hear more on what happened behind the scenes of this movie, and probably their thoughts on how people are responding to the movie. So yeah, that's pretty much it what I have for this video, but let me know what you guys think about what Ice Cube had to say here. And also, has your thoughts changed on the movie since it came out? Let me know in the comment section. If you want to support me, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/numphymalloy, where you could donate and also to look at exclusive posts there. I do have a community page on YouTube here where you could feel free to post stuff in the comments as long as you're a subscriber, and also to as long as the comments are under community guidelines. If you want to follow me on social media, my links are in the description. So I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to catch you on the next one.